everything to lose. There is so much pressure on these players that are trying to get to Worlds, and EG has everything to gain. They don't care. They could just play completely loose, completely relaxed, and C9 already showed that they have no adaptation during this series.
Crumbs is calling the crumble under pressure. With that, we're going to hand it over to Riv and Kobe to get us into Game 1 of Evil Geniuses versus Cloud9.
Welcome, everybody, to Playoffs Round 3. I'm Riv, and I am here with Kobe to deliver you the action today to see if Cloud9 or Evil Geniuses will be the lucky one to win one of the very necessary 2 best-of-5s here to get that spot at Worlds.
That's right. Both of these teams put in the loser's bracket by FlyQuest, so both of them have a similar grudge. And I'm excited to see these two go head-to-head because there are so many previous Cloud9 members on Evil Geniuses. If we analyze the draft, though, coming from the playoffs from both these teams, most conspicuous thing missing from both sides is the Caitlyn from both AD carries. Both Bang and Zeyzal still yet to play it, and both EG and Cloud9 banning it. This time around, Cloud9 still showing that Sven does not want to early pick this Caitlyn. They don't want to have, Caitlyn plus a pushing support and have that be the cornerstone of their bottom lane. It's just still so crazy to me because if you look at the careers of both Bang and Sven, both of them have played 25 games of professional Caitlyn themselves. Both of them have over a 50% win rate on the champion for their careers, and Sven's is even 60%, not too shabby at all. So I'm still so curious if Cloud9 are going to remain with some difference in the bottom side. Ezreal being banned by them says that they've banned out their own Ezreal Yuumi, so at least you get that change, Riv.
Well, there was a bit of criticism, so we'll see what they do. If obviously they won't change too much due to that, but definitely looking at how they played and have said that they will change, and that was a fluke. We'll see if they're right. We'll see if they're right. 20 seconds on the clock. Licorice to pick first, or one. So no ban from the side of Evil Geniuses on number 3 as we move over. It's going to be set up for C9.
We'll get word if that was them being slow or and missing it. Sometimes that does happen, or if there's some sort of missing thing here. Regardless, again, we have 6 games in a row, counting from the regular season, of Cloud9 banning Caitlyn. Now, with the addition of the Ezreal ban, they pick up the Senna for him, though. He has been very good with the Senna. That will be a comfort pick, as well as taking it away from Bang. And we have yet another blind Shen. This has been a trend in the playoffs. People have most likely utilized Gangplank to try and punish it, but there are plenty of matchups you can play into Shen, including the Vladimir, that try and either outscale and become a big team fighter or try and punish it more heavily. Cloud9 don't pick up the Gangplank early on, though, and I feel like they have got something else left for the Shen.
Yeah, they want to see a little bit more, but also pick up a pretty aggressive initiation team here. Only Blabber so far to really get in on that one. Golden Glue keeps the team safe again, so safety in fighting here for Evil Geniuses. With Huni possibly getting that Shen, as you said. Been pretty on point with his teleports lately in control of the lane, so we'll see if that has a big impact on this one. Niski gets taken out of Galio.
Remember, this was Cloud9 losing to FlyQuest with FlyQuest 4 straight games of blind Shen. So there's no surprise that EG are like, okay, this worked against them already in playoffs. Let's try it as well. See if C9 and Licorice can do enough to try and punish that Shen. It is technically a flex pick, especially with Kalista being picked up for Bang. You can have a support Shen. He's one of the champions that really does benefit from being linked to Kalista, but I'd say super, super highly likely that it will be in Huni's hands, as he already did play it in playoffs as well. And EG are just spending their bans in mid-lane bans. They actually don't care at all, even about the Gangplank matchup for top side, and it's Cloud9 that banned it out. They too suspect that it could be a support Shen.
Just being sure they want to get some winning lanes here to start things off against Evil Geniuses. And final 2 picks here. Zeyzal will be allowed that counter pick for what, maybe mid lane, maybe top lane. We'll probably get more of an idea of that here with where that Shen's going on this pick for Evil Geniuses. And the reveal, it's going to be Bard. Nice. So I like that pickup as well. So they have a bit of objective play around here with the Tempered Fate, as well as really being able to mess around in fights with survivability.
Yeah, it's interesting too, as Bard does like to roam a decent amount, especially picking up chimes and stuff, and Kalista generally likes to be lane dominant and have the support with her to try and establish control of bottom side and in control of Dragon. So I think we'll just see a lot less roaming than you see from a typical Bard, and see Evil Geniuses play around the bottom side because they've got the Shen, they've got the super oppressive jungler in Graves. And that should be a bottom focus for EG around those dragons. Meanwhile, Cloud9, I still think it's so hilarious that EG are just like, yeah, we're going to blind this Shen as well. Go ahead. Pick your counter picks into it. You could try the Vlad again. Yeah, it is a great matchup for Vlad. Yeah, the Vlad is going to scale up really well, has a super easy time early levels where teams usually punish it, but the Cloud9 have not shown to be able to punish it yet, so they're going to try and run it back here. Niski with the late Twisted Fate pickup, though, that will lend some extra threat to those side lanes.
Kobe, I fear there may be a lack of initiation here for Cloud9 unless they are just full force all in on this, right? You're going to, obviously you have to use vision, but I feel like EG can absorb and just reset fights over and over a little bit better here. I wonder what's going to happen there.
Yeah, so Cloud9's plan here with Twisted Fate and a Vladimir with a free lane is to have your Vladimir have a very nice, easy lane phase so he can scale up into being a good split push presence, and Twisted Fate as well. And then you make your collapses with Vladimir flanks. If Vladimir can get a good flank into one of those team fights, then that opens up the option for you. Otherwise, you can keep him split pushing with the Twisted Fate, Lichbane, try and take down some of those structures.
All right, well, with Champion Select complete and the players loading onto the Rift, it's time for Game 1 of FlyQuest versus Cloud9.
Elimination. Right into it.
Yeah. All right, we are onto the Rift. Getting trolled by Prompter. EG versus Cloud9. Ron Burgundy moment to the max as we head on to the Rift here. Kobe, I'm excited for this game, and I hope we get 5 because both teams love to fight, but also have the patience to get themselves to that incredible fight phase where it's super explosive and they know how to get to that phase in just kind of the best possible way. I cannot wait to see how they do it each game.
Speaking of phase, the phase rush Graves gets the invade off here. Evil Geniuses try and do the 3-1 pincer move on top side. Pretty common, trying to catch people that are waiting in that little banana brush, the curved brush at the river. And they do chase Blabber out, leaving them the option for the deep wards. You see the ward Huni was able to leave behind on blue buff / Gromp. That will signal to EG, hey, 100% now we know Blabber is starting red, so they can try and counter for any possible early moves towards the bottom side. Their main goal, once again, is going to be, hey, Bang got Kalista. We need to play off this bottom side of the map, start stacking dragons. Once Shen gets level 6, you can piggyback onto the Graves for some more aggressive moves from the jungle and try and start stacking up those dragons. The analyst desk was talking about dragons a lot. Now, from the regular season, Cloud9 had the best dragon control stat, 69% for themselves in the regular season. However, in their playoff series, FlyQuest, they dropped to the lowest percentage of dragon control of any LCS team. They only had 22% control in that series. And obviously, a lot of it was due to the bottom lane picks that they had with the Ezreal Yuumi giving up so much bottom lane priority. Will be a different story this time around, but Blabber's seen.
Sitting on a ward while he farms here. So yeah, Sven is Balkan much more easily protecting of themselves, able to go in on fights if they want this time. We always see Ezreal Yuumi be something that can absolutely control a game, but when it doesn't, it really doesn't. We saw Cloud9 getting punished with that in their previous series. So here, playing a little bit more safe, allowing Zeyzal and Bang to push this one up the start as the aggression is going to come in from Zeyzal's Bard and that Kalista for Bang. Up towards the top side for Svenskeren here as they start things off. Doesn't look like any lanes are really calling for too much attention or an aggressive push, really, to kind of sense or say that one of the junglers is going to push or somebody's going to start a gank here. So all quiet on the home front to start things off.
Yeah, Riv, I spy with my little eye on the mini-map, you know, during this camera on bottom side watching trades, Svenskeren went halfway through mid lane, then went back to the Wolf Pit. And just from mini-map positioning, that makes me think he tried to over-pull one of the wolves and it leashed back and he had to go clear it. So might have lost a couple seconds there. And he does still, as Graves, still end up for the top scuttle there. Bottom lane pushing, trying to deny the same for Blabber on bottom side. But those little things coming out at the beginning of the series can be a little bit off-putting.
Slowing you down as you want to get to your kind of role as soon as possible in those ganks. A little fight for the scuttle. They find Blabber as well on the bot side as we have Mountain Drake coming up in 1 minute on this one. Now, Cloud9 is, I'm going to say both teams here, especially with the Swole Bros. Bang knows exactly what these best of fives are. These teams have been built to kind of understand what that mentality needs to be in these best of fives, what it takes to continue to kind of string yourself out and push yourself to the limits here. Golden Glue. Oh, sad B on Niski as he tries to get an early lead in this mid lane. And I'm excited to see what Golden Glue can do in this instance. He's now getting
well, he can annoy Niski, that's for damn sure.
He is definitely annoying Niski. He's already kind of having this play. The pressure's on him, more of a watchful eye here towards the end of the split, and he has shown up. As we said, the stage glue is coming out a little bit more as we get top side and Huni taking down Licorice a bit.
Yeah, I like that you're bringing back the Swole Bros term for Svenskeren and Golden Glue, by the way, because that was from the year ago or 2 years ago when Golden Glue and Svenskeren subbed in for Cloud9 on their team and in playoffs and were able to get them that critical victory. That's a theme here with EG versus Cloud9. If we see so many members that used to be on the team, bottom side, Sven is one of them.
Vulcan trying to get ahead of the game so he can devour and spit out Sven. It's all for the AD. Can Sven stay alive here? A few more shots coming through. That's going to be Golden Glue on the teleport picking up Burst Blood on the side of Evil Geniuses with 4 bot lane.
Yep, Swole Bros down to the bottom lane right there, Riv, as they pull off the gank. And that's right into their game plan we were talking up for them from Champion Select, trying to play around this Kalista bottom side, getting those early kills, plus the flashes that were blown on the bottom side. Definitely going to be a big boon here for EG. Huni is approaching that level 6, and in the early stages, he has a pretty easy time because Vladimir's still scaling up your extra points in your queue before you really get to punish him. So Huni will be able to make Stand United plays, at least for the beginning of the game, to greatly accelerate and play off of bottom side dragon stacking. Here's another look at it. They do have a big minion wave pushing at them, and you can tell Cloud9 are like, all right, we need to get this wave bouncing back. But the deep ward that EG placed allowed Golden Glue a really sweet teleport spot, and since Svenskeren was heading down, easy chase down for them. They're back out.
Ooh, Blabber almost getting caught here. Svenskeren over the wall with some true grit as Niski dodges out on the shockwave. He'll throw back with a gold card, and Cloud9 avoids certain death for a quick moment in mid lane. A lot of summoners being used cross map here, as EG is still trying to keep this pace going. They said, hey, we have a little bit of aggression in the mid lane. Let's see if we can topple that over into mid from bot. It almost worked out.
Yeah, keep playing off bottom side. They get a huge health chunk onto Blabber. He does heal a lot of it back up off of the Raptor camp, and Zeyzal gets caught.
Trying to go for a bit of ward clearing. It's a dangerous job for a support, and Magical Journey makes it a little bit safer. Nobody wants to follow through that. So Cloud9 also trying to get a little contest here. If they know the EG's in the jungle, they're not letting anything slide right now. This game is already getting pretty tense to start things off. I thought it was going to be quiet, Kobe. We hit level 6s and ult here for some, and I think it's going to get even more aggressive right off the bat. Back in lane, Zeyzal and Bang resetting against Vulcan and Sven, and we'll see how this one plays out. Already quite a CS lead here on the side of Sven.
Yeah, and you can see Svenskeren in the jungle as well, just finishing up on the blue buff and can play around the dragon again. Blabber waiting, trying to hover because they know that there's a very possible Stand United aggressive proactive Shen play coming in. The level 6s for bottom lane are very big too though. Since Bang and Zeyzal haven't gotten theirs, that's a lot of playmaking they don't have.
Baits on baits. One bait and the other as supports step up front to see who can do a little bit more damage. Zeyzal feels pretty comfortable there, even though being about 400 HP. Just journey through the wall if he really needed to. And it's going to be ward clearing here as Drake may start to pull a little bit more attention. I think Summoner is coming up. Kills now for Niski as he's looking for Ignite.
Cloud9 pushing them back into 9 so much of the CS earlier. Now with the reset from Zeyzal, they get to take away the Dragon. Can Svenskeren go for the steal? Stand United is ready, but so is Teleport for Licorice.
It works good too. Niski's already 7, so he puts on Destiny. He can see where everybody is, so this really stops EG from getting a flank on the fight. That's going to be Drake going over to Svenskeren. The kill coming in onto him now as Niski starts to take one down in that Retribution kill. Zeyzal trying to get back onto supports. Oh my god, Blabber goes all the way into the fight and flashes Golden Glue over the wall. Thought this one was going to start to fizzle out, but Cloud9 does not know the terminology. Huni almost going down. He gets himself safe. Blabber goes in again, and the safeguard gets him out before the turret can heat up.
Cloud9 do chase down some kills for themselves, but the Dragon went over to EG as Svenskeren was able to get that smite first. See what Cloud9 can do, with the extra map presence here. Maybe push in a mid lane for Niski as quick as he possibly can. But man, that is still going to be EG like, okay, at least we did get the Dragon.
Yeah.
We still have that possibility. Cloud9 though, with the gold lead, see what they can actually do with it. Here's the attempt. Again, everybody knows what's about to take place here. Stand United comes in, immediate teleport from Licorice on the Vladimir, kind of cutting off the top side of the lane. Svenskeren gets immediately taken down. Then we have the shockwave through, but since EG were able to collapse right there, they do get one back for themselves. Blabber goes on the chase, and Niski's gold card plus Licorice taking the extra magical journey for himself, so means they finally are able to chase down that last one. Nice cue from Blabber to be able to jump through and try and punish them off the back of that Dragon.
Push it to the limits. That's what we're talking about, Kobe. We love to see it in the playoffs. You just want to get in your opponent's mind right away, and C9 is trying to smother EG here, quickly getting up even in kills. And that first Drake stolen away by Sven. Like you said, the sigh of relief breathed in that situation. And let's see how the lane swap plays out on this one now with Rift Herald being out in the hands of Svenskeren. Bang and Zeyzal will actually return back to bot lane to fight off Licorice.
All right, let's see. Big CS discrepancy with so much of this focus on the plays all around Dragon. Emerging here for Sven. This is actually giant, as he's got 98 CS for himself. The Senna denying so many to Bang through those roam plays that they were playing through the river here. And that is going to greatly accelerate this soul generation as well as trying to stack up his Muramana. And we'll see how well Senna can take advantage of that range. Because as she scales in range throughout the game, it becomes more and more difficult for the Kalista to fight these sorts of fights. You're going to have to deal with giant AoE from the Vladimir, long-range single target stuns from Twisted Fate as well. And Cloud9 can definitely make Bang's life very, very difficult as the game progresses.
Right now they're trying to take back a little bit of what is bottom to see if they can get Bang some free CS here and maybe some plates on this turret. Sven looks like they may want to use Rift Herald, the Golden Glue just on the blast cone. But this may be making taking a little too long to formulate. And they're going to back off without too much vision on the rest of Cloud9. Niski had backed and Blabber was out of vision, so could be risky. Bang just stays safe here, but like you said, still down in CS, going to have a lack of items, and that's going to come up big when they start to go for these objectives. We said Cloud9 isn't going to want to really force fights, so Fate's Call is not going to really be able to be used. Tempered Fate's going to be going to side lanes when you're getting 1-3-1.
Yeah, and as you look again, constant roams from Golden Glue here, down, hovering halfway between mid and bottom side, trying to support down here. But if Sven is able to make use of these quick trades on Senna, oh, there we go, Blabber in.
Ooh, got out on the kick there. Actually, Fate's Call, as soon as he entered into the magical journey, a quick tap on the ult there from Bang, and they get kicked back. Zeyzal won't be able to participate in the fight as Blabber's trying to save the rest of the team. Bang forward with the Ren for a bit of the slow. And even with 5 bot, Cloud9's able to walk out of this one, but that means the turret is in danger.
Interesting here because it is leaving Licorice on the top side, so Vladimir's trying to work down turret plates on the top side.
Niski.
And EG with everybody on bottom side, they don't get any kills for themselves because Blabber disengages the Shen teleport by kicking back Bang. So they are able to get some turret plates with the Rift Herald, but they don't take down the full turret. They don't get any kills for themselves. Meanwhile, Vladimir here for Licorice still scaling up on the top side and is able to work off a couple of those turret plates by hand.
He's so fast with taking turrets, Kobe.
Definitely some sarcasm there. Early stages of the game, Vladimir, yeah.
just throwing water at it real quick to try and break it down, that erosion. 13 minutes, so they have a minute to go back on plates. But yeah, teleport bot, ultimate bot, rift bot, no turret, no kills. Definitely a big use of resources for EG to come up with nothing here as Cloud9's able to move in with a bit of vision, encroach that down to the side of EG's jungle. And that's going to be an Infernal Drake to start them off. We will see what changes our rift. I'm going with Ocean. Let's see if we got this one right here. Zazel doing a little clearing.
Yeah, and Riv, this is coming down to difference in execution, because I don't have a problem with the EG game plan. It has been the execution of these bottom side plays, and Cloud9 once again putting the pressure on with Twisted Fate.
Bottom side plays, Kobe. All right, on to Bang, and we said it's going to be tough for him that he's down in CS, but now that he's being picked on even more, it may just be a no contest from him as we get into these fights. And even for going for objectives, you want Callista to be able to be there to just fill Baron with those arrows, rend it out, and be the winner of the fight, but they won't be able to stand up for those fights here.
Callista on 98 CS at 14 minutes and no kills for himself either, so no gold there. Let's see if Niski gets his way out of this one. Don't think so.
The trifecta coming in. Zazel says, thank you, kill, share, going up 2-0-1 for the support.
All right, so we've gone over this. Callista's life gonna be hell. It's really, really annoying to try and play Callista if you are behind like this because of the short range later on. Makes it difficult to have an impact. Can still try and do stuff with the ultimates, you know, but it is gonna be up to the other members on EG to take over the main carry. And here it is once again, Niski's gold car in. You don't have to say much for bottom lane when you're as a bottom laner. You're like, yes, 4 people down here again. A nice Twisted Fate ultimate and jungle gank. Bang's not getting out of that one, but his life isn't going to get easier. So for EG, they have to turn their sights towards, you know, people like Golden Glue and Sven Skarin to pick up a lot of the weight as they try and work their way towards this mid game. But I think Cloud9 are just so much more relaxed with the pace of the game and the direction that they're heading here. Even though they've split Dragons, they've got a really nice setup for it.
Yeah, with Niski, again, teleporting down to bot or having Destiny ready, it's kind of working within the window of when EG has all of their teleports up. Maybe one will be up and they can't respond as accordingly. But as soon as they do use those teleports, we see Cloud9 go in. Now it's EG going in on Cloud9 again on the mid lane. It seems to be where they're able to get a little bit back, but not this time. Blabber fires through first as Huni is able to get that swipe down to get a kill back for the side of Evil Geniuses. It's 4-4 in kills, but the map is still being destroyed here by Cloud9. Licorice is just having a field day top by himself as it's just a battle royale in the mid lane over and over.
Yeah. It's like you could put your blinders on and be like, la, 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 I don't see a Vladimir. I don't care about a Vladimir. You ignore the Vladimir for the first 20 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden a Spellbinder Vladimir shows up flanking you at your team fight, and you're like, well, we couldn't ignore it forever. Honestly, though, for that last play, I thought this was going to be an explosive one. You know, all right, let's use a Shen ultimate. We're going to pick off Blabber really quickly here. They even committed Sven Skarin's flash to it. But Zazel's Tom Kench saves Blabber. Sven can then use the ultimate and the heal over the top of it to keep him alive long enough for Blabber to decide, all right, you know what? I'm going to trade 1 for 1. We're going back in. He gets the jungle kill. Both junglers end up going down for it. You know, gold exchanged pretty evenly, but EG trying to do something with some Rift Herald control here. Plenty of wards set up for themselves. And they're really starting to feel the pressure as Cloud9's gold advantage mounts. And the Vladimir will become a dangerous issue.
Just looking at those three as they were fighting and kind of gathering it together here, Blabber, Vulcan, and Sven, just these scattered shields that keep being applied to each other in different ways, kind of faking EG out for that final commitment on a kill. What a squad to be roaming around with. And we saw it, like you were saying, come up big in that last play. Really cool to see how they're working that 3-man. And now towards the mid, EG is going to try to just crush this wave down. We'll see if C9 plans it enough to get back in time. Sven over the wall as he may try to get behind them with the end of the line and smoke screen and scare him off here. It looks like that's what they'll try to do. Nice eye there by Vulcan as they spot him on a ward. EG still wants through. Licorice hanging out on top still. The teleport for him is down, so he's going to be hanging out there. Destiny comes into the mid lane as now EG gets pinched out of their own position. And it looks like C9 will throw down Rift Herald here to start things off. Is Licorice still having a field day on top? Nice shockwave onto Blabber, so more of an initiation by EG is shut down for Cloud9. That helps them
that
stay
Rift Herald
alive here.
going back into the dirt, Riv. Nothing gained here. Vladimir still split pushing, as you're saying, though, and they're still just like, la, 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 la. Okay, Vladimir, wait till he shows up. But EG do take down the mid turret. It's important for EG to open up this kind of bottom part of the map. They have 15 seconds left to reset for this dragon, and you can tell Cloud9 are ready now to bring Licorice into some League of Legends, into the rest of the game.
Are you ready to play? A new challenger approaches. Coming in with a Spellbinder. Burn! Tides of Blood, Hemo Plague, shots across. One more Q. It's not going to be enough. Lackluster first attempt, but it's not the last. Kobe, we'll see if they can get it. Golden Glue did have to use just about everything to get out of that alive. His flash is very much so down here. And now EG has to come out of this choke point against Cloud9. Sven could get a nice slow and root down there to start off the fight. Vulcan's looking to get that gray health used out here as he baits out more abilities of EG. And that's going to be the Drake going over to Blabber. EG wants the following fight. Blabber's kind of stuck in the pit, but they know Lee Sin's never stuck. He can just get out over the wall. Licorice left out to dry here as he was on the front of the fight thinking he'd do a bit more. But Cooney is still able to take him as he starts off on Licorice, and the rest of the team's able to get their hand in that pie.
And they're going to try and push hard on this too. Blabber waiting in the brush, but that is a dangerous position as EG have the extra person advantage here. They're just sending Bang to go push mid lane right now, while Golden Glue deals with this one. Even though EG don't get that Dragon Steel here, the extra kill onto Licorice and burning his flash. I mean, that's kind of what happens when you go for a big play using your ultimate right before Dragon. Licorice got a solo ultimate on Golden Glue, and even though they burn the flash for Orianna, then they don't have it for the team fight. And EG are able to take the extra kill there, even though Cloud9, Dragon at number 2 to their name.
EG did a really good job, too, of not allowing Licorice to find a flank, right? The whole purpose of him being in a side lane that whole time is so he could flank a fight, and then it doesn't happen. Like you said, Hemo Plague being down makes it a little bit less effective, even if he was able to get it off. But they are aware that Tides of Blood into Hemo Plague into Vladimir just kind of swirling around under your feet could be the end of their game pretty quick in one fight. 2 Drakes now on the side of Cloud9. Cloud's going to be the next one for them, but still 2 away from Soul. And PG has a bit of work to do here as Hooney keeps farming up. I feel like he's almost going to be unstoppable soon. Licorice is obviously going to keep going and going and going, and that fight will become a never-ending one. This is going to be cool from the top laners if we do finally get a 5v5 and they're just forced to go after each other. C9 still trying to keep it split a bit. You see topside Niski, and that is EG taking advantage of the mid laner being away. Zeyzal picks up another kill at 3-0-2, and Evil Geniuses makes a quick snap judgment. Shockwave coming down as well, and they're fighting under the turrets at Cloud9 now. Nothing stopping EG as they saw Niski away from the fight.
Zeyzal really giving his old teammates a taste of what it's like not having him on the team. The Bard now bloodthirsty with 3 kills for himself. EG after that pick, they will be able to force on this Baron. Blabber's dead, so no smite steal. It would have to be something crazy like, you know, cards coming from Twisted Fate over the wall and a miss-smite, miss-rend combination.
Gold card! Is it going to be enough, though? Nice fight on the backside. Licorice really throwing himself in there to the Wolves. And we'll see if they can take down Niski as well. Sven with a few shots over the wall. They know they don't need to push anymore. They have an advantage, and they're going to pick up Baron at 21 and 50 seconds into this game. Evil Geniuses just put themselves on top by 3K.
Ooh, now it is Sven, Skarin, and Zeyzal saying no refunds, as they were the ones last year traded over to EG along with the package deal with Kumo. And once again, big plays from them. This is now 4 games in a row for the Sven, Skarin, Graves for himself. Here's another look Oh, here we go. This is just actually Cloud9's attempt at stopping the Baron, which, as we know, they are able to chase off here. Golden Glue on the bottom side. Good zoning with the ball, and then Stand United is used on top of him as they just turn their sights towards Licorice. Taunt him, CC him down. Vladimir doesn't get to play, and they keep the Kalista inside with the jungler on the Baron as the rest of the players just chase off Cloud9. Now with the Baron buff, they can push so quickly.
It's funny, I thought for a moment as Zazel was an enchanted crystal arrow coming onto the screen, and I was like, wait a minute, there's no Ashe. That's a Kalista. Skills. Zazel, however, just acting as impactful right now as an enchanted crystal arrow. Hitting these cosmic binding initiations on the front line, has gathered his chimes all over the map, so his meeps are hitting that much differently, Kobe. And now as they come up on 23 minutes, 4K gold lead here for Evil Geniuses, really coming out hot to start this game. They take second tier turret down on the top side, and now they have a chance to force these fights on Cloud9. No more split push chances for the C9 team, and that affects their composition.
Also want to shout out Golden Glue. He's got a 2-level lead over Niski's Twisted Fate on the Orianna. Still has yet to die. He himself also has the Spellbinder. And with his Seraphs transformed, he also has the extra safety. Bang, throwing Zazel in though.
That was close. Looks like they're going to get the Shockwave out as well. Redemption coming down from the side of C9, I believe. No, that was going to be Zazel's. And they start to head out. Red buff taken off. Looks like that goes over to Sven. He's happy to take it as well. They're going to head over to try and get this Cloud. And now they can start stacking up here. I don't know if they'll even have the chance to get to that many Drakes to Soul. EG can continue to pressure. Obviously, Baron making them stronger right here. But Cloud9 doesn't seem to have a way around these fights right now.
Yeah, it is a lot off of that mid-game pick where EG were able to get the initial kills, transferring them over to the Baron where they were able to pick up even more as Cloud9 kind of straggled in, low numbers with a really low chance of even stealing in the first place. So it seemed like a super risky call for Cloud9 to even go over to try and contest that Baron, considering Rend plus Smite combination for EG is just so hard to out-damage. And, EG did a great job turning it around on the members of Cloud9 that were showing up and really accelerating this gold lead, making good use of the Baron as well.
I like how Huni just got block it. And they have a few as well. Shuts down Hemo Plague, as long as you don't use them too close to each other, use them throughout the fight without that diminishing return. And
yeah, exactly. They don't stack too well like on top of each other because they do have diminishing returns, but you still get value from it. And Shen has a lot of HP, so it does have HP scaling.
He hasn't gotten that for quite some time now and only had a little bit of magic resistance, so felt comfortable against Licorice and Lane, just going back and forth and really prioritizing that Titanic into his Sunfire with the Lucidity boots to just keep the attacks coming. Worked out for him. Huni always doing it a little bit differently. 400 gold bounty on him, 150 now for Golden Glue, and 400 onto Zazel. I mean, did you see how evil this man is? Just ripping beards off and absorbing people? I'm still, on the Rift even.
I mean, he definitely deserves a ton of credit. And here we go. Twisted Fate Ultimate used to try and catch him.
Bang. Saving him over the wall. They're going to throw him back in. No, give Zazel's to the backside of the fight. And now it's Licorice and Blabber caught a little bit. Niski, Sven, and Vulcan coming through the mid-brush to try and save this fight. Zazel almost going down. That's the bounty going over to Sven, and that is big as the marksman's going to pick up that big gold. Bang now jumping over the wall as he tries to get himself safe. The gold card's going to lock him in place as Sven and Huni trying to clear up some wards, do a little bit of damage control because that was a lot from Cloud9.
Cloud9 bite back, Riv. That was a great dive onto Golden Glue. You could tell the focus and shot calling here from Cloud9 as Niski teleports in. They force it out from Golden Glue, and then Blabber with the kickback. They take down Golden Glue to deliver him his first death, despite the extra shield coming through and the flash being used. However, for Cloud9, they don't get an objective after the fact, but let's take a look at this team fight. Now, with the Bard ultimate down, C9 say, okay, now is our chance for a counter engage. Twisted Fate ultimate onto Golden Glue, even with Stand United. Blabber lands the Q first before Shen comes in to block it, then takes it to kick him back into the rest of the team. That was just precision kill here from Cloud9. on the main part of the team fight. As we talked about, more of the carry pressure for EG is put on the shoulders of Sven Skaren and Golden Glue since Bang was shut down so much early. Niski flashing over just to finish up the extra kill means they do get to buy themselves some more time, reset the map here, push out, and get a decent amount more gold for themselves. But EG will kind of see that one as a bump in the road. And just how effective was that dive, Riv? Well, guess what? Goose egg here for Golden Glue. Didn't get to move.
Absolutely. And I was just saying, how is C9 going to get around these fights? Well, Tempered Fate's down. That feels pretty good. Zeyzal getting chased out. Quick wards here, but not enough across the river to keep C9 safe. But feeling a bit more confident with Pengu Dab. And get themselves back. Let's see what resets they have as Huni is pushing up bot. EG's getting themselves set up for a little bit of pressure to ward through this bot side jungle. Make sure this next Cloud Drake is theirs. And then a soul point is a reality to pressure for their side. Now we're all tied up on the Drakes here with Rift Herald done and gone for the past 8. And Baron stands once again here after EG has already taken it once. Vulcan getting tagged up by Bang for quite a while. He's going to be stuck, but the Grey health could help him out. Niski's on stopwatch right now as he gets devoured up and saved. And now this looks like Huni could be on the back side of the fight, but he may be safe in that spot. Blabber going far in, and he's going to be able to take down Sven. It's a back and forth kill as Bang picks one up. But now they're trying to take down the marksman. Stand United comes in, but it's not going to be enough. And C9 continue to walk EG in and out of the jungle and take them down one by one.
Riv, we finally got to see the power of a Vladimir there when Licorice got the secondary engage as EG were all retreating up through this corridor leading up to the ramp from River. Licorice got a giant ultimate and AoE chasing off the extra members, and the junglers traded, but a +1 kill here for Cloud9 in their exchange. Now, again, this was stopwatch pursued by Niski right before this fight, so he teleports in. Look at this grouping. They get the Senna ultimate over the top. Locket does go down and redemption, but Licorice scatters the team as he goes in with the Vladimir. Then Blabber just goes for another one of those trades, taking down 1-for-1 with the jungler and allowing the chase down onto Bang. Look at the range on that Senna. Sven getting these slows from so far away because he had such a good, early game, and he has almost Flame Horizon Bang.
Look at Licorice. He knows. He just swept this out, just got warded, but he's going to be going on to Bang now. They have Destiny up from Twisted Fate. Licorice chasing down now with Hemo Plague down. Easy kill onto Bang as he takes down the marksman. That's quite a bit of DPS gone for C9. They are, or EG, and they're going to be scattered now. C9 now low health bars as they go towards the bot side. Niski not able to do too much in that fight, and the health bars of EG able to withstand everything that C9's throwing at him now. Licorice still on the back, has a chance to heal up. Crimson Rush gives him a good hit there from Scuttle Crab, and it could be enough to help turn the backside of the fight. Shield about to wear off on a Golden Glue, but it's not going to be enough. He keeps him at bay with the dissonance in his own shield. Zeyzal now giving him one more hit, and that's going to be enough as Golden Glue picks up the kill. That's going to be everyone down in a Bud Light ace for Evil Geniuses.
Cloud9 caught with their hands in the Dragon Pit here by EG. This also means that they can push while resetting for Baron. With Baron on the table, death timers this long, Riv, this should be EG moving right towards that big reward as well. Huni taking a quick pit stop for the red buff, but the rest of the team resetting very quickly, and they can actually burn it down since, Callista with the Rage Blade plus Blade of the Ruin King now finished for Bang. You get huge attack speed plus that on-hit damage. Let's look at the setup, though, because Cloud9, they want to get to their soul point, third dragon here, and they do focus on it. You see Licorice on the top side, kind of waiting for the Callista flank. But with Huni down there on the Shen, Huni goes right in onto Sven, who had been kind of carrying the heart here of Cloud9. And even though Licorice is able to take down Bang first, and you're like, okay, it's 4v5, Sven Skaren is down as well. Because Golden Glue is still up, Blabber doesn't hit that Q as well as he as Golden Glue kites him back, and Golden Glue is able to finish off that extra kill. Then they're all kind of trapped here. They're calling for Licorice. Yo, we got to fight our way out of this one. Exhaust goes down onto Zeyzal, though, and even though Vulcan gets him out of the taunt, Huni flashes forward. Extra kill there. Golden Glue did also a good job on the top of your screen, zoning out Licorice, chunking him down, and picking up the last one here for EG. As we said, they ran right over to that Baron, got it while we were in the replay, so now they've got Baron push number 2.
Licorice Drawing my eyes for the kill, but we need to watch this man in the ninja suit. It's Huni. He's done so much damage in these fights, and he's turning them around in the front of everyone on the side of Cloud9. He just steps up, and he actually drew 4 members there down to try and save Sven in that fight. So now eyes on him in this fight, where the ball's going to go, and he may be the delivery of that shockwave after he comes in off the split push.
His flank was just so big. Again, Sven had been doing a lot of work with this Senna for Cloud9, and Huni starting off the fight with the taunts, taking Sven down to 50% as well. Not allowing him to get off that damage and make use of the extra range was very huge. All right, EG, with this Baron buff, see if they can crack these inhibitor turrets. You just send your Shen, split pushing, use that Baron buff. Deep teleport from Cloud9.
Coming in, here comes Licorice. He's speeding up, Spellbinder down. They're going to be able to get the back line here. They know he's there, though. EG, Sven, Golden Glue, and the rest of the team turn. Fate's Call right on to Niski, and that's going to be a Cosmic Binding into the ball. What a combo coming in from Zeyzal and Bang to find that one. And now they're going to be pushing the bot side of the map. The duo of bot for Evil Geniuses coming up so big this game, and being able to absorb pressure coming in from Cloud9, put it back onto the team, and then make sure it's something the rest of Evil Geniuses can use around the map. A little too greedy here as they go for the inhib. They get it, but they lose Golden Glue. Sven's also down, and C9 is going to start biting back as Huni will also fall in the fight. Looks like the rest of the team could make it out safe here, but C9 has a lot of time to clear these waves and get back out on the map.
He kicks him back into the team. Critical kill there for Cloud9 in defending their base. Too bad for them that EG had already taken the inhibitor with the Baron buff, but that is the play that C9 are trying to go for over and over, trying to take down Golden Glue at the back of this team fight. Here's another look at it. Shockwave was used, did chunk down Blabber, but ultimate over the top, Niski teleporting in, kind of chunking them out. There's 2 kills that take place. Top side of your screen, Svenskeren just gets annihilated by Vladimir. And then he kind of runs to the back, dies to the Hemoplague. But on the other side was the one that you called out, where Niski gets taken down by that combination. Zeyzal once again able to find it and then use Magical Journey out. Then they're able to push on the inhibitor, and Blabber resetting from that chunk from before goes right in onto Golden Glue. Ward Hop kicks him back, and that means that they're able to keep OG out of their base for a little while.
Oh, the damage from Sven is disgusting. Holy moly. You just saw him take just about all of Zeyzal's health there, having to use a quick heal up on himself. Tempered Fate goes down onto the Drake. They're going to try to slow this one down. This is Soul, and it does not go to Cloud9 as Svenskeren gets another steal in the game for the team. And now they're going to try to back up a little bit here. Good kill coming from collateral damage over onto Licorice, as now EG is trying to pressure Cloud9 out of this one. They lose Vulcan, and Cloud9 still looking for a bit of a fight here as Wildcard get thrown out. Niski drawing the blue card. Still good damage coming off of that one, and a refresh on the resource. Sven with that range, with that damage, comes up big.
There are super minions on their Nexus towers right now, so EG, they are going to lose a couple more lives as Blabber goes in, but they've got to get back to the Nexus.
Huni! Oh my gosh, Huni's in the base. He can take a few more charged up shots, but at this point he's going to have to drop the Nexus turret, and then he gets dropped himself, calling all of Cloud9 back. The ultimate distraction this game, and the ultimate force that is not the bot lane. It has been Huni by himself, and still against 3. They're thinking they can take him down, but the shield just keeps him alive. He's toying with him.
This is going to be an interesting Baron setup, Riv. 1 minute and 17 seconds left on the clock, with bottom lane completely open in Cloud9's base, and with a single Nexus turret standing. That means that if you leave super minions unattended, they can take it down themselves. Here's the replay of how we started that one out again. On the minimap, you can see Licorice is on the top side. Bard ultimate used to buy time for the Stand United Svenskeren steal here as he goes in. Taunt goes through. They get the railgun over the top, and Licorice, you can see, trying to zone the other 4 members out as Huni is tanking up Cloud9, but he can't tank them up as long as Huni can. So Licorice goes down first, and Huni even flashes out to survive.
Staying alive through everything. And the super minions as well pushing into the base here. Huni saying, oh, by the way, I'm backing and then teleporting to make some plays. And now we're back to the mid lane. We see lockets coming up all over, redemptions, actives that were used. ready. Summoner spells you can't really say the same for, as that may slow teams down, but right now they are pressuring each other here, coming up just about 40 minutes into game 1 of this series, and they got to do it. I hope we go to the full 5. Shockwave comes out, trying to save him with whatever they can, whether it's Devour or Fate's Call. That's Vulcan almost going down, and that's collateral damage actually coming out of Svenskeren, so a lot of ultimates being used here and committed to this fight. They want it fully, and they do commit onto Niski. They take him down, and it is going to be staying alive. Svenskeren on the backside of the fight after that. And they look to get a little bit of position, a little bit of vision, so C9 can't sneak anything from under their noses.
Yeah, Blabber goes in to try and get the execution kick onto Svenskeren, but they don't have quite enough damage. This is still going to be the Baron that we talked about, set up here for EG now. Super Minions on bottom side and only 4 members alive for Cloud9 means that EG should be able to get this one. 38 minutes into the game. Again, another Baron picked up here for Evil Geniuses. After that reset, you can definitely expect top side to be getting some love since Garen heads on over to make sure that they can clean it up. And Cloud9 with this setup are going to have such a difficult time of trying to get any sort of map pressure. And that's why they really need to make use of this, you know, attempted kind of assassination plays where Niski is able to use a Twisted Fate, and then you can, you know, get Blabber's kickback. Because otherwise it is this Vladimir that has to do so much work in the AoE to give you a chance for it. Other than that, they need to get these Twisted Fate picks or Senna snares to really find home.
Well, there's Quicksilver Sashes coming out now. Lockets are going to deny a lot of that kind of front-end burst damage that C9 is hoping will change EG's mind about a fight. 6-1-11. Zazel on the Bard. Firing on all cylinders.
Leandries, baby. He is a damage bar.
17 KP, dude. He missed 1 kill this game. I wish I remember which one it was. He probably died immediately, honestly. Or he was already back at base, just spending all the gold that he got here, participating in this one that almost takes down Blabber. Sven instantly ults, showing that there is a lot of firepower behind their jungler to keep him alive. But now that's an ult down. That is Blabber backing. That's a bit of free time they may get with the inhibitor, but damn, that's a lot of damage from Sven. 1 shot on his Svenskeren was about 1/5 of his HP.
Oh, golden glue. Big shockwave
comes in. Oh, collateral damage almost takes down Niski. They are all being forced on C9 back to their fountain. This is going to be Licorice trying his last hand here. Throws all the cards in, and this may be it for C9 if they lose this fight, but it looks like they may have EG where they want them on the run. Yeah, Niski goes down, but it's going to be the backsides that C9 has of Evil Geniuses chasing EG out of the base.
This is for Soul, too, as they chase down Huni. Cloud9, just when they need it, they find the flank. They're able to get the kills onto EG, and that means Cloud Soul. Now, it's not the most effective Soul. It's going to give you plenty of move speed.
With the ulties, baby!
With the ults, and that can, you know, help out with the plays that we're talking about, where they do need to find these flanks and these angles onto the key members of EG. This is going to help Blabber, help Niski in trying to pull off those plays, especially Licorice. And with the time on the death timers here, Cloud9 now get to lay destruction to the EG side of the base and even the territory.
Wait, assist ping. Going down on the C9 side. Super Minion still entering for just a little bit here. And it looks like they'll be cleared out, so EG won't have anything to teleport to. We'll see this ace once again. A Bud Light ace now for C9.
I want to say now, with Svenskeren's build, he does have a spell shield, but he doesn't have magic resistance. Woo. So, anyways, it starts out with that golden blue shockwave I was talking about. He pulls 2 in, but they don't get enough damage to kill Niski, and that will be critical for later in the fight, because Niski then can teleport in. Here's the Vladimir. This AoE for Vladimir, talking about having to do so much work, just happened right there. Niski healed to half in the fountain, then used his ultimate to rejoin and pick up the extra kills. Which is why it was so critical. The burst damage wasn't enough from EG to take him down in the first place. And then, of course, Cloud9 getting the soul after they pick up the kill onto Huni. Very big in extending this game series opener here, Riv. Game number 1 of the series. We are going real deep, almost over 42 minutes here for EG versus Cloud9. Everybody's starting to approach those full inventories of items, trying to decide where do we keep our open spaces for control wards, trying to still prioritize vision.
Yeah, who will have control wards? We see every spot is filled for Huni. He has a defensive item in every single spot, and he's clearing for the team. It looks like they're actually sweeping a lot. 3 of those out now as they just continue to deny vision around, and they want to be able to get these just pile-on dogfights if they can. 4 minutes until they even have to worry about Elder. Baron's not coming up for another 2 here. And Kobe, I'm ready for these next fights. Also, Sven on that last one used the well-played emote, the Valentine's hearts. Honestly, my favorite emotes because it's well-played in GG, and they're so good to fly during the game.
Yep, they've definitely been some of the most prevalent users of emotes. See if they keep it up for the whole series, though. Now Cloud9 can disperse into their split push. They've got Twisted Fate on bottom side. Licorice rushes up top side to finish up this turret. And as you can see, Sven still collecting souls. Massive range for him. See if they can actually buy the extra time for their inhibitor on bottom side to come back up. That's going to come up significantly quicker than the mid inhibitor for EG. And you can use that for setup for your Baron. Only 1 minute away.
Bottom side of the map pushing for EG. Top for C9 as those are being cleaned up here. Looks like we're just taking a moment to get everything purchased we need. Golden Glue has that blue buff for the fight. And Summoners? I think Huni's Flash. Huni and Sven are the only ones with Flash down. I'm excited. This is an all-out fight. This is basically testing you to your limits. It's all up to you. You're leveled. We have 18s almost across the board here except for our supports. And Bang is looking for that Kobe. So this could be the one and done for either side with inhibs down. 52 seconds for the side of Cloud9 and 2 minutes for EG's inhibitor to be coming back up in the mid lane.
Yeah, these super late game team fights where most people are level 18, you also get the least amount of practice with as teams because
that's a great
so
point.
few scrims go that long. So few games get to this stage that you don't get to practice all of the different decisions that often. Now, with Baron coming up, they do get to force. You keep your split pusher on bottom side, trying to buy yourselves some time. Cloud9 will pull EG over to them, forcing them to try and face check. Keeping vision of Licorice is key. Those Vladimir flanks will be devastating.
If Bang can get anywhere near Baron, that's bad for C9. Looks like right now he doesn't have that focus just yet. Blabber is going to be the sole member attacking it as he takes a bit of damage, but he's going to be fine. Svenskeren picked off from the team here as Huni's going to give him Stand United, but it looks like EG is a bit too scattered for this fight, but are they able to win it that way in the chaos? The Evil Genius is thriving. Is that the way it's going to happen? Now getting pushed back here by Blabber versus 2, and no, Cloud9 is able to rain on EG's parade. More kills coming through as we're going to see that as Bang coming back up and Bang going back down.
Cloud9 attacking EG from 3 separate sides, and now they can chase them down. This should be C9 inside the base Riv. Sven, he turns ghost, he doesn't have the damage. One more, Blabber hits
he gets it, Blabber! Disgusting. Eagle Eye Blabber coming in with a safeguard Q. That's going to be the Nexus turrets for Cloud9, and what a game from both teams, Kobe. Cloud9 will, though, take game 1 of this series as they just give Huni a last what for.
That one was very, very back and forth, Riv. We end with them both at 82,000 gold. Small difference in the change there on the gold, but man, Cloud9 in the end for that last team fight with Licorice flanking on the top side from Baron, and then the teleport with Twisted Fate Ultimate coming in from Licorice from the bottom right, and Sven at Baron with the extra range on Senna, attacking from 3 separate areas, made it so difficult for EG to fight their constructed team fight. Sven gets taken down on this side by Sven and Vulcan, and then they're able to pressure through. Nice gold card from Niski starting it out as well.
What a back and forth overall as well. We saw EG trying to fight in the early game, and Cloud9 would instantly hit back. And then EG would go back, and we saw the lane swap coming in. So right off the bat, teams were trying to set their own pace. And I loved seeing that because we knew this was going to come to a phase where EG wanted to fight and C9 wanted to split. And eventually, that just came down to all-out brawling as we got full inventories, full items, and I hope we see that for the rest of the series because it does get grueling, but I think these are 2 teams that can really push each other.
Definitely hope so, Riv, because game 1 went the full distance, so maybe the entire series will.
Yeah, Cloud9 looking super good on that one. We are going to be tossing to commercial break in just a second, but looking at how they were able to get that victory, it may be a little worrisome to the fans, not to say the least, right? Sometimes you really want to see your team come out strong after having a difficult series against another team, and that just wasn't the case this time. But overall, still a good game and a lot of hope from both sides. I cannot wait for the next one. It's time for us to step away, but when we return, it is the State Farm Analyst Desk that we'll be breaking down Game 1.
Welcome back to the LCS Dome presented by State Farm after Game 1 of Cloud9 versus Evil Geniuses, where Cloud9 somehow wrestled that one away from Evil Geniuses. Very back and forth game by both teams. Some misplays, some top plays on both sides of the coin. Let's get into it because there's a lot to discuss. Starting.
I was trying to be like, hey, it's Game 1 of a series between EG, so let's be hype. Let's try and be excited. They missed a ban. You know, like, I got to be honest, dude. Like, missing a ban is not acceptable in playoffs. In Game 1, it's just not. And, like, it blew my mind. And we'll get into more stuff that happened this series. I totally forgot about the missed ban until I saw this again.
On the graphic.
And I snapped. I snapped. I can't. This is such a bad Game 1, if I'm being honest. And I need these teams to step up to be excited about them at all.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about this draft, but missing ban included, but as well as where each of these teams index their priority when it came to the champ picks themselves.
First pick Senna, huge. I think the champion is great. You're denying a lot from EG that already played it, and they have the choice. Should we pick Ashe or should we pick Kalista? We made a segment about how they don't play to win lane, and guess what? They picked the winning lane champion, and they're not able to deliver because that's not how they play their regular season. That's not how these two players play at all. And so the Kalista, an idea that's good, it's just not something that EG is comfortable executing.
Probably.
I will say they really index into bot winning with the Shin top and the fact that they had 2 5-man bot plays in the early game. However, I think only one time they actually got a kill. The other times they're getting turned around. So it does look like they realized, C9 wasn't focused around bot doing Drake. So, hey, let's take the Shin. Let's try to focus bot lane ourselves. But yeah, it comes like you said, this is not a game plan they've used all split. So it definitely did not look good in this first playoff game.
What I will call out is that C9 did deviate from their Ezreal Yuumi bot lane of the previous series, right? Banned their own Ezreal out of the way. But Mark, where EG was absent in the champion select, C9 was absent level 1.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. They're 4-man invading you. Okay, you back off. You drop some wards on the retreat. What blows my mind is what's happening in the bot side. Sven is just AFK at Krugs. If you look at the minimap, he's not moving. He doesn't start moving till now. This is like 15 seconds after Blabber got shoved out, and you saw it. He goes to drop a late ward on the enemy blue, and this is the right play to do. You're just doing it 15 seconds too late, and because it took him so long to do it, he's going to lose his flash level 1, and he has to flash that Bard binding. It's just being totally asleep at the wheel in what was one of the most criticized parts of their game in the previous series. And, EG tried to punish it, without his flash. They go for a really forced gank down the bot lane. It's the right idea. It just, it was just surprising to see.
Yeah.
It was surprising to see such an error. Luckily for C9, about how well the Senna TK did work out, they still crushed lane. Despite that mistake level 1, despite the first blood, Sven and Vulcan had a great laning phase and absolutely dominated, nearly flame Horizon bang.
Well, and this goes back to your point, Crumbs, around how Evil Geniuses is not a bot lane that we normally expect to dominate the lane, but when you pick champions that are geared to do so and then don't even accomplish that goal, it's going to call up some questions.
Yeah, I seriously don't know what was wrong with Ashe there. You could have just taken the Ashe and split the lane. Would have been a lot easier to farm. You would have had shorter range that the Kalista had, which just made it so that Senna just harassed you all the time as we saw the laning phase play out. Because how do you win lane down a flash as well and then getting killed and getting so much attention down there? So it was just a bad look from the laning phase from them. But luckily, Zeyzal outside of lane was able to do some work with the Bard, which was what got EG rolling. And they ended up having like a 5,000 gold lead, ton of Barons. Still unable to close the game out, though, which is tragic.
Yeah, it was through that these mid-game skirmishes where Zeyzal starts to find some of those big Bard plays to really force the summoners, find the kills, and set EG up.
Yeah, he had a roam earlier as well to find a pick on Deniski, landing a really nice ultimate to set up a wall binding. Here, Golden Glue had some really great shockwaves this game. Over the course of it, he stepped up. The problem was so many kills ended up on the wrong people. I think, Zeyzal had 6 kills. You had Huni with 5, and you only had like 1 kill on your carries, which I think actually did hurt them quite a bit over the course of this game, was how far behind Bang fell, the fact Golden Glue was not picking up the kills, or even Sven Skaren. They needed someone to be able to get a little bit more DPS, and it was just really unfortunate it didn't work out for them.
Right, because let's take a look at Huni's stats probably, and I think when you take a look at these, you're going to say, hey, those are some mighty good-looking stats for somebody who's on the losing end of the game itself when it comes to the damage output that he had out of a Shen. Like, that sometimes rivals what 80 carries you're putting out in a game.
Huni style.
Yeah, this was actually a very, very good Huni performance. They took the blind pick Shin and 1-2, so they're honestly saying, like, okay, give us your biggest counter pick that you want, because they also banned 2 mid laners in 4-5, so it's not like they picked the Shin and then protected it. They picked the Shin and just let Huni, like, deal with the Vlad counter pick, and he did so well. He was getting really good flash taunts. He was never ulting very late. He was ulting on time, and he was actually the only one that could finally get to Sven and kill him. So he's kind of playing this, like, assassin Shin style, but he was pretty successful.
Yeah, the thing he was lacking was damage behind him because he was so tanky. He was living throughout the entire fights, absorbing a ton of damage. He just needed someone to help kill the other people on the enemy team to then catch up with him. But he was fantastic, and I think it's a big draft problem for C9 going forward in the series. Like you're saying, Crumbs, about hit me with your best counter. It was the Vlad again, and it didn't really do much throughout the game. Eventually, Vlad got online when he got his build completed, just because Vlad keeps scaling. But through the early mid-game, Shen was popping off, and I think C9 need to find another answer to Shen, because in the week off, they have not found it.
I mean, unfortunately for Evil Geniuses, the Fed Shen was not enough to pull the game through to victory. Cloud9 able to turn it around with some very interesting and creative team fights, to say the least, eventually finding ways to get that TF in flanking positions, and Huni becoming less and less an issue for the backline to deal with.
I think a big problem for EG was dealing with Tahm Kench and Senna. The Tahm Kench ended up doing a ton of work. The Devourers kept so many people alive, and then Senna just became an absolute demon. And like Mark was saying, the fact that the carries were so starved of kills and gold never allowed them to challenge the Senna and Tahm Kench. It really was just Golden Glue that was piloting most of the damage alongside Huni, and those were not able to ever get in range. This is one of the fights that ended up going really well for C9, and a big part of it is actually going to be the Vladimir here. He teleports to the backside, so they already know that the fight is happening. TP with the twisted bait, they end up doing so much. And just watch Liquor. She's on a ward, but it doesn't matter. He just does all E, and that kills Sven Scarrett. 2 spells.
At the same time, Huni's on this front line taking the rest of the team. It's really tough for Huni being on this island, but they needed a little bit more to get it done, and they couldn't do it. This is also a game where Soul took forever to show up. They didn't get it
7
for 40
Drakes.
minutes. Yeah, there's 7 Drakes. Both teams got to 3 Drakes, and the fact that C9 was able to start winning some of these late game fights stopped the Soul from going down. I assume if they were able to pick that up for EG, they wouldn't be able to close this game out with that extra bit of power that it would have given them. Not the case here, and these fights were the only reason they were able to hang on.
Probably as we watch the rest of this game roll out, EG has selected blue side with selection. So what are the couple changes you want to see them make here in game 2?
So I think there's definitely going to be a change to the bot lane. C9 cannot run this draft where they ban 2 AD carries first pick it. Now it's going to be EG able to first pick the AD carry. If it does look like this, I expect them to be taking the Senna. But hopefully I want to see Zeyzal back on those protect the bang champions. I think that works really well for him. However, on the top side of the map, I'm kind of scared Huni's going to get Shen again. And I think he's performing really well. I think it works well for the team, and I think it counters C9 a lot. So I want C9 to look for a Shin ban, and I would hope EG sticks to the Senna early pick and probably the Shin top if it's open.
Yeah, first pick Senna, that's what I want to see. Just make sure Bang is on comfort, because clearly when he is not, it's going to hurt.
A couple ideas here. Both teams had opportunities to win in Game 1. Ultimately, Cloud9 took it, but it indicates that we're in for quite a series. We're going to step away for a short break. When we return, we'll see if EG can tie it up after this.
Brightness is increasing. There it is. Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Cars like this don't come around often. The redesigned Type R, the most powerful Civic ever, from Honda.
Welcome back to Game 2. Everyone, Cloud9 leads Evil Geniuses 1-0 as we head into our next champion select. And what a Game 1. I hope both teams pick things that can continue to fight as much as they did last game, or at least make it as explosive.
Yeah, if Game 1 is any indication, Riv, we are in for a wild ride in this elimination best-of-5 playoff series between Cloud9, our second-seeded team from the regular season, and Evil Geniuses. Let's get right into the pick and bans. A lot of people looking at both bottom lane. I am also still looking at jungle. Sven Skaren on the Graves 4 times in a row for EG has done a lot of work as well. There's the Senna ban from EG's side themselves. Sven was absolutely massive in that game. Huge CS lead on bottom side. Hugely instrumental in a lot of those C9 victories in team fights.
C9 running down the clock for their bans. We'll find Huni Shen on the top side.
All right, finally. No more blind Shens, Riv. Cloud9 they're done with trying to counter pick it, done with trying to play Gangplank or Vladimir or anything into it.
Like,
it's
yeah,
off the table.
Please give me a blind on blue. I'll take that. No, Cloud9 takes it away. And Ash will be banned from Evil Genius's side against C9. So no for sure fire initiation coming from the marksman unless we get another Kalista in here.
What about the Caitlyn? So Caitlyn, they have banned Caitlyn
that was
almost every single game from Cloud9 since Caitlyn rose to prominence as number 1, and it gets through this time. Finally, we see it picked up here by either Bang or Zeyzal. This is going to be Bang's first one here for Sumber. Now, you want to get a pushing support with your Caitlyn. Something with range advantage. Obviously, Morgana is great. It's a dream scenario. You hit a binding into the trap, headshot, boom, dead. She also can help you push the lane with the W, so it's a great partner, but plenty of other ones work. I would expect EG try and grab it now before the extra round of bans comes in for Cloud9.
Looks like Blabber, Sven rather, feeling good on the Lee Sin as Blabber played that last game with some incredible initiations. Really, Cloud9 was left out to dry when it came to being able to just get in the fight onto EG, and C9 Blabber was able to do that as Licorice would come around on Vlad here. There's the Thresh lock-in, actually, so it's a bit more safety and playmaking coming in here on the side of Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, interesting choice. Not opting for the Morgana as it works so well in so many ways. Thresh is also really good with Kate and Kalista, so it's also a slight takeaway from Vulcan. Obviously, Kalista with the ultimate works so well with it. And Thresh, you just have to be a little bit better with placing your traps. You know, you have to account for the pull back on Death Sentence and Flay for Caitlyn, so it just means that Bang and Zeyzal need to be
for sure
in sync with their attempted combinations. Meanwhile, Cloud9, this time they're going with Twisted Fate, ganks toward the bottom side when they have the Kalista. Sven, known for this iconic champion way back from his Niels days in Europe. See if they can dominate with this as well. I would expect EG to throw some more support bans then to try and take away Vulcan options to pair with the Kalista, as they didn't opt to finish that one up. Meanwhile, the Golden Glue Orianna ban is drawn.
Evil Geniuses, a few more seconds. The Morgana actually gets banned by them. So.
Yeah, Thresh is not great into Morgana. So if you opt not to take it with the Caitlyn, then you don't want to have to deal with that power as well, even with the pairing on Kalista, because you can definitely get chased down. Yeah, you get binded, Kalista forward, hops forward, and gets to stack up a lot of spears for Rens.
Azir being taken away from Golden Glue. A good fight changer and reset there that would be allowed into the Evil Geniuses composition, if so. And now we have the final ban from EG. Are they looking top lane? Maybe Licorice? Maybe that Vlad? The Shen's already banned. Maybe that Gangplank. Camille. Okay.
So maybe EG are going to stick Huni on tank duty, I'm thinking. That has been a really successful strategy for them, even when it wasn't the Shen. Also playing a little bit of team fight with the Gnar and things like that.
Oh, I was going to say, give me the Gnar.
Yeah, if Huni can play frontline for them with a Caitlyn setup, and you just put Golden Glue on something like Zoe, those would be pretty good blind picks to round out the EG style comp here, where with Caitlyn, Of course, you want to push early on your lane, but then you also get to siege later on, setting up those traps around objectives. But here we go. The Blitzcrank, the Omega Pull Riv. I love this combo. The Ballista.
Yeah, this is, I can't wait. Let's see if they pull it off. Let's see. The Ornn is locked in, as expected from you, sir, as they would lock a tank in for Huni. And they do get a lot more GPS and the Cassiopeia lock in here for Golden Glue.
Yep, super strong 5v5 comp setup for EG. Whenever you have Caitlyn, you want stuff to protect her. Now, if they can scale and get to late game Caitlyn and Cassiopeia, that is huge teamfight presence. Ornn starts handing out upgraded items, but this is back to old style, original Cloud9. Push the tempo. They have a crazy bottom lane for creating plays. Ballista here, supplemented by 2 globals from both of their solo laners coming through to focus that area. So it is a bit of a switcheroo from game number 1 here. And we'll see if C9 can be the ones to focus on the Dragons.
Yeah, we have big domination from Zeyzal and Bang last time on the bot. Even seeing Bang go back in CS on Callista quite a bit early, they were able to put up so much force and pressure from that bot side, calling through an early swap in. It actually, I think, helped them a little bit and figure out how they wanted to get their fights when it wasn't C9 that was able to split push right away. Now it looks like we might get the same thing from C9 and still a fight comp coming in from EG.
All right, baby. Excited to see it. Blitzcrank also means watch out for your level 1s. The analyst desk were giving out demerits for Cloud9. They're like, you just got beat with multiple level 1 plays from FlyQuest. Wake up. Let's see some attention to detail here.
Yep.
Where is the Blitzcrank going level 1? I personally love the increased range on the Q for Blitz. It opens up a lot more blind opportunities. So if you've been studying your opponent's kind of default defense opening, and you can do blind pulls on things like the Banana Brush just from straight river on that side, and you can yoink people that are usually watching from the super common spots. Tri-Brush, a lot of these things over the different pit areas as well.
Just the line of scrimmage.
Yep, defensive ward from your trinket ward, then you recall for your sweeper, super common. As long as you drop it around the 50 to 55 second mark is, for me, the recommended timing. You get a little bit more juice out of your trinket ward time, and then you get over to your preferred buff start just in time.
So only Niski for the Unskilled Spellbook. Zeyzal actually bringing Exhaust here, expecting a lot of aggression from the side of Sven and Vulcan, who have Ignite and Aftershock in their lane. Golden Glue starts off with a quick blast. And I'm always excited about the mid lane of these two.
Yeah, Niski's got 250 health already.
Yeah, that damage was just absurd with a few quick hits. Huni playing the Volcanic Rupture as he just keeps himself safe, farming up. Obviously, Licorice is going to keep his health. So I think this early game is going to be quite slow. We'll see which jungler makes the first move, as they're going to be on opposite sides of the map for just a moment here.
Yeah, which jungler and which support. I love the Blitzcrank Thresh lineup here. Blitzcrank can always have a quick reaction to Thresh's attempts at moves. You know, obviously rooting himself in place for Qs and stuff like that. So we'll see if Vulcan can try and punish EG. Otherwise, if you look at the runes and you talk about Caitlyn going the lethal tempo, I really like it for pushing for lane, because if you can land a Q through minions onto them, proc your lethal tempo, then you can push the lane with autos really quickly. Also, it's you know, good for DPS later on. Obviously, scales really nicely. The people taking like fleet footwork seem to be a little bit more scared for options in lane phase, but it doesn't help you too much with all-in scenarios, you know. So
exactly, that's what I was gonna say. It's like Blitzcrank isn't hitting you with auto attacks from long range. It's not like his ultimate comes up right away and he's just shocking you. Yeah. So good pickup there, and definitely, like you said, will help Bang scale a little bit more, find those headshots later in the game a little bit quicker. Everything counts. See where they move to here. Setting up a few traps, getting a bit of vision down, as Svenskeren is going to start working towards the bottom side of the map. So it looks like they will both get their scuttle, respectively, to each jungler. Blabber on the top side here. And Licorice is backing at that point, too. It's not like they're going to dive Huni just yet. So things are not really that active as it was in Game 1. Everybody does have a little bit of scaling to do before they're super powerful anyways, except for the junglers.
And your Gangplank into Ornn, it's no surprise you're trying to go for the early recall. With Gangplank, you just try and make use of your Trial by Fire passive and spam out Qs with Grass procs. And liberally chug on your Corrupted Potion. So you just constantly trade, push the wave in.
Keep
then once you push, once you can push it in, you'll force the bounce back there off the turret, and he buys time for himself to go pick up the Quick Cull, which he can just super scale. Gangplank already getting extra gold generation. Now he gets even more, and you continue to try and stack up your grass and your extra gold rocks. Okay.
That's one of the grabs they were looking for. Does the exhaust get used? No, it does not. Zeyzal feels like he can get out of that one with the Ignite as well from Vulcan. So kind of a bit of a win there, but almost going down. That was pretty scary for him. They're going to try to back Vulcan, maybe seeing here, going for the grab. It definitely reaches over that wall, even from farther back for Vulcan. Blitzcrank having a pretty long hook. There's two with each other. It's always easy to grab one. Both head towards the top side of that hook and dodge out Zeyzal as he finally gets his Flay auto in. So now they pull down Blabber. He's going to say, no more fighting. Go back to farming. And we're back to jungling for him.
Yeah, I like the ward placement. You know, supports have to practice that a lot, where if you place it over 50% through the wall, trying just the right spot there to get it over into the brush. Nice job by Vulcan to do that. And then I also wanted to give props to Bang's trap placement on Caitlyn. Because early on, the traps, especially for new users, can be super hard to use within combat like that. But you saw when Vulcan pulls in Zeyzal and Kalista starts to stack up spears and jump towards him, Bang tries to use the traps in front of Sven, where he would want to jump forward to continue the chase onto Zeyzal. And these kind of defensive traps are putting a stop to the chase down of the deadly Blitz and Kalista combo.
And fast fingers. Definitely putting a few in that early to make sure he's got enough traps to do so, as we saw two there in that instance. Blabber finding Zeyzal. Warding is always dangerous, and unfortunately loses the investment of that one with only Blabber inside the jungle. Cloud may be drawing some attention here, but more so to see what happens in the mid lane, and that's already warded out by C9, so they know exactly what's going on.
And we're on the roll here. Vulcan and Blabber with the Blitz roam. After first support back, Zeyzal and Svenskeren have to give priority over to them, because it's a little bit more intimidating with the pull. But they're right back into the river to try and find any extra vision that was left behind.
Ooh. They don't know there's a trailing snake on this one. Snake in the water. There's the Destiny that's going to show them what's going on. Looks like we'll get a few more members of Cloud9 here as Niski comes in. They're going for the middle of the fight, and they drop down Svenskeren quickly on that one. Moving towards the top side here. Flash forward. Another gold card from Niski. He's going to lock down Golden Glue. No, it's a blue, and he's still going, but the kill comes through. Niski finds that one, but causes the flash from Blabber to be called through. And C9 feel good about it as they pick up Cloud.
Yeah, they spring the trap here. Twisted Fate level 6 is ready, as Niski is able to use it to pull in the backside. And Sven and Vulcan first up the top side of the river, because they were able to push up down there and are able to get the pull. Vulcan lands the Q. Critical one for him to be able to get that kill for Cloud9, get the dragon control, and win the skirmish.
Looks like Huni wants to clear top, get himself a back as well, as you see using the Ornn Horn there. Until Licorice will teleport back in. So first Cloud over to Cloud9. We will see how this occurred. And you were right, the level 6 just coming in, and Niski was coming back to lane too. So he says, oh, that was necessary. Thank you.
Yeah, they line him up right on the wall there for Blabber, and then the pull on target for Vulcan. Nicely done by him to pull in. And that's when Niski just teleports right in on top of it. Gold card means they 100% to zero him. Really like the chase down too, though, onto Golden Blue, as after they kind of separated the EG members. You know, them heading down through the river, man, all Cloud9 members could group up in focus fire, and EG were on two different sides of the fight, so it was kind of awkward for them. And that is going to be just the early game momentum that Cloud9 wanted. It was a pretty early dragon for themselves to be able to start stacking, because that's going to be the goal.
Yeah.
This EG comp this time around, Riv, this is a hard outscale. This is super, super good scaling for EG, but it's going to be difficult for them to get there. And Cloud9 have a lot of proactive tools to be able to use to get their gold lead and get to their soul before EG overwhelm them.
Exactly. Make sure EG cannot reach that point first here. Golden Glue is going to be transferred blue. We'll see how he can handle Niski now in the mid lane, working on both those fast summoner spells. Just a bit of a miss there by Huni as Licorice gets a quick parlay in as he keeps pushing the lane. No real CS discrepancy coming through. Golden Glue does have a bit, as we did see the rotation coming through from Niski there in the last fight. And now it could be about the Rift Herald. Blabber cleans up one, and with pressure top from Licorice and Niski mid, this should be Blabbers and teams.
Yep, got to use this early game presence to control those neutral objectives. So right on target here, Cloud9 force again. It's one of the benefits of the changes to this new season. You know, greatly accelerating if you do have this control early on in the game. Dragon at 5 minutes spawning, 8 minutes here for Rift Herald. You get to keep on pushing ahead. And this is so early that Blabber will have his choice of where to spend the extra gold. Golden Glue! Ooh, nice turn.
Almost. A little bit of damage. It's inevitable, but he's trying to do what he can before he goes down. Another one onto the glue in the mid lane. That's his second death on this one as he tries to stack up the tier. Scaling will happen, but ever so slowly here. He's got a pretty big hill to climb with all that pressure coming in from C9 now. Very active this game. After the 6-7 minute mark, Cloud9 has started to find advantages in just about every lane now.
Yeah, and they have just cleaned up this game tenfold. The last one was just wild, action all over the place, back and forth, Riv. But Cloud9, with their global advantages, man, this feels like on cooldown, Niski using this Twisted Fate ultimate. And Golden Glue out in lane without the flash, easily turned around on. I will say Niski also had a really good turn not to get stunned up. I wasn't too worried about Licorice, but now I'm getting a little bit worried.
Ooh! Almost that last brittle proc from Bellows Breath, or if he had the charge into the Volcanic Rupture, would have done it. That was a really nice little double pop-up Huni had there, and I don't think Licorice was expecting it either, Kobe.
All right, see if he can sustain up under the tower. Huni gonna Brockus demolish right in front of him. All right, I didn't kill you, but I will take the turret play.
Feels good. A few turret shots there, and an orange will get Licorice out of that potential death zone. And Svenskeren was looking forward to. Licorice just leaves in time with a bit of sixth sense there and gets himself to safety. Rift mid is going to put you down to just about slightly with that turret alive. And a good kill from Golden Glue keeps it there. So now very prepped in mid. Cloud9 could get a bit of gold for themselves here if they get a decent fight onto EG. The Fangs go in. Looks like Gold Card will just stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, so Cloud9 with this really, really good early game gold lead for themselves. This accelerates a lot of these builds that are critical for them. You know, Twisted Fate going to get the Rod of Ages stacking up really quickly. 11.5-minute purchase here for Niski. So that will continue to stack up really easily. Dragon in only 27 seconds means that you can just rotate over your Callista Blitzcrank. Ultimates are all available for them. And the vision in place for them to try and pull a pick too, if EG get a little bit too dangerous and try and check for themselves. Honestly though, second Dragon, I think at this point EG should give it up. It's not gonna break the game for you quite yet, and you do not have the items to make the play first, but they go for it anyway.
Zaza with the hook, but he is surrounded. Another one maybe to come in from Vulcan. Wait, Svenskeren gets into this fight as they try and keep him alive, and that is not the call. They're both going down quickly as Cloud9 continues now to find advantages in EG's own jungle. Pushing down towards the bot side, Sven should be able to take this turret down, and Vulcan will go ahead and start dropping wards everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, they're easily able to get the picks. If EG are going to go venture into this dangerous territory trying to get vision, I mean, they don't even have a mid-tower to rely upon for defense here. Taken down with the Rift Herald, and then one more little push there by Niski opens up the mid lane. That is a very dangerous roam from Zazel to try and get vision of that secondary Dragon, which they're honestly not going to fight the fight at anyway. So Cloud9, big punish there. You step out of line, they get killed. Twisted Fate ultimate number 3-4. Niski as well finds a huge amount of value. And this game just looks so different when Cloud9 bans away the Shen, and the other team doesn't have that extra global to come in.
And look at the scorelines, Kobe. Svenskeren to Blabber, Golden Glue to Niski. All the action there around the mid, but teleports around and then making sure they're hitting Golden Glue after Niski got an advantage in that fight, knowing they could take down that mid laner quicker. They're really acting on the weak points right now of EG as they cannot find their footing. Looks like it's the pings towards the top side of the map for a few EG members as Golden Glue needs blue once again. His cleanse is down for now. He's going to try to stay safe with that buff in the mid lane. And they really don't have too much forward vision, so wherever Blabber could be coming from, right now he could walk into EG's jungle. They wouldn't know.
Hooney's doing so much work here on this Ornn up there by himself, though. Even though Cloud9 are just swarming around the rest of the map, hard winning mid jungle, pressuring here from the bottom lane, moving up for a lot of plays. Hooney's up there, bonking away on the turret, gets most of the turret plates, pressuring Licorice. Now they're
you
gonna
cursed him.
Down. Oh my goodness.
Nice
Done it
job.
again.
Blabber trying to come in. He takes a bit of damage, but once they get the touches on, it'll be the assist. It'll be the kill. No! EG quickly collapsing onto this. Two members of C9 almost going down the minion wave, really giving Svenskeren hell on this one. He finds the route around with the Sonic Wave and resonating strike takes him. Licorice picks up that kill, and now another one coming through here for Niski. That one got a little scattered for EG as they were trailing a fight they thought they were going to win, but C9 had the same idea.
Yeah, that one definitely got a little scattered. And guess what? The only person up there from EG who lives is Hooney, who they started it out on with Cloud9 going for that gank. And Svenskeren and Golden Glue take a lot of tower shots, diving that one. Bottom side, we'll see if the same happens again, because guess what? Twisted Fate Ultimate is up, so that means Bang and Azazel are like, all right, we're out. I guess I'll just leave. Can he slip back in? It's dangerous. He's waiting for his jungler to come. I kind of want to, but I shouldn't.
Can you help me with these 3 minions? And Sven nicely allowing that wave to die to the turret as much as possible. Quickly wards forward as we see this one more time. The long fight that EG looked like they were going to come out on top.
Right, so Hooney's buying time right now. He's just like, hey, I'm going to buy time. He goes into the brush so they can't see him, doesn't take damage until he absolutely has to, goes for the 1v2, gets him with the double brittle, and Svenskeren, he wants to get the angle past the minions, so he takes 2 turret shots on the way in, and even though he gets the kick for that kill, Golden Glue then within tower range also takes a turret shot on the way out. He gets chunked down, and that dive from EG on the attempted counter actually kind of backfires against them.
The Scryer's Bloom from Niski hit over by their Raptors was perfect. Swept right over both members rotating from Evil Geniuses. Really was able to give them the UAV when they came in on the fight and make the right decision. 6,000 gold here, 16.5 minutes in for Cloud9. They came back strong in game 1. It was a back and forth. Cloud9's inhibitor fell first on the bot side of the map as they were blue, and then started to win fights as EG could not break the base. Here, Cloud9 carried game 1 momentum, and it is all their tempo. Setting up wards now, looking for more hooks for Vulcan as they create opportunities for themselves on C9.
Yeah, and this is the type of Cloud9 that people saw in spring, and we're expecting for all of summer as well, and did get to see in the beginning. So with a few adjustments, they're at it again. Vulcan now, see if he can get Golden Glue.
Right after
dodged.
The Petrifying Gaze, he just hits him, pops him up, no follow-up damage. Niski's still healthy even after taking that ultimate. And the Rift Herald on the bot means they can focus wherever they want to as that wave crashes in with Niski. C9 able to work all over the map right now, and Licorice is still defending top against 2.
Niski, man, it just feels like Golden Glue cannot land a Cassiopeia ultimate on him. Every time, quick turns, shows
He's a dancer.
Back. He is a dancer. And he's dancing here with Shelly right on through to the inhib.
That he is. Here into the mid lane, C9. Niski, stopwatch goes down, trying to keep himself safe, but nope, that's not going to work.
Our caster cursing is getting real good, though. Whoever we're talking about and a play pops out, boom, dead. Niski's done.
Consistency, Kobe. That's what we aim for. Here we go. Nice hop out of that. Fate's Call keeps Vulcan safe for only so long, and no, EG cannot get the finishing touches there. Back to help out Zeyzal here on the other side. Blabber could be going down, dashes into the brush, no vision there. He's just out of reach, but Svenskeren makes sure they take that one down. 2 down now for Cloud9 as they misstep and a bit of greed and a bit of reset. EG obviously was going to find a window at some point here, but their base is already open, and they still have to care about those minions on the bot side.
Yeah, Evil Geniuses are very happy at the timing of that catch on Cloud9 too. Stopping this early threat of a Mountain Soul, just getting this single dragon for EG is going to do a lot for the morale of this team, that they're all trying to rally with each other, saying, all right, we're scaling for late. We got to scale for late team fight because that's what it's all building towards for them. The problem is that when Cloud9 get this early lead with this comp that's focused on it, and they also get so much more map territory. And EG's scaling is in the team fight. They need to bring their power together in those solid 5-on-5s with Huni on front line, getting that big initiation for the Cassio and the Caitlyn, but there's going to be so many more options for map play from Cloud9 because they can open it up so early. We're pre-20 minutes, they already took an inhib. It's kind of crazy. Bottom inhib is down before Baron even spawns, so C9 just have all these options for extra pressure with supers on bottom side, baiting them over to Baron and looking for these picks. It never really allows EG to set up a controlled 5-on-5. Here's another look at the dive as Niski goes real deep into the rest of the team.
Nice hook, Zeyzal.
Yeah, good hook, and also teleport comes in from Huni, and he finally shows up for the rest of the squad to correct everything. So good stall there from Zeyzal and crew, evasive maneuvers and locking Niski in. And then, as you know, the chase down they go for. Blabber's able to get in onto Vulcan, chunk him down, and push him back out. Then Blabber, all right, where's he going? Nice little play there once again from Zeyzal. He's really been on point this series despite the troubles that EG have had.
You see Golden Glue hovering around the bottom as that inhib went down. See who's down there to keep farming that up now as they have super minions there. But also could just be the scene of a more aggressive fight for C9. So I wonder if that going down, helps them. It doesn't give C9 something to fight around as now they can farm up those minions. Yeah, Golden Glue goes down and says, thank you, I need to absorb all these. Teleports.
Yep, teleport pretty early here, and you can see those supers we were talking about on bottom side. Those will slowly pressure EG. Baron damage is going through, but Vulcan's getting kind of low.
Svenskeren takes a big hit. Baron still lower and lower as the Ornhorn comes in. That's going to be a low Vulcan. He's the chase of the fight, but the support is a lot to put priority on. Baron's going to go down. That's a Ren to Sven. And that is Cloud9's. If they can get out of the fight alive, EG is trying to take down Sven in the brush or in the pit right now. Niski and Licorice coming around to flank. Can they do the job they need? And that's a double kill coming in. Huge for Licorice as they try to put a few more shots in. Huni says, that's not something I can do. Licorice would make him walk the plank.
Licorice then goes over to clear up the extra vision here. Can he make this stop? Because the supers are on the Nexus Tower. Huni actually goes for the minions first there. If it wasn't for Licorice going back in there and landing that barrel chain, killing off the extra members of EG, that would have gone real dirty here for Cloud9 because they stuck inside the pit, and every time you give over more money to this EG composition, they are trying to
here it is again.
Build up for the more stable 5-on-5. So here it is. Vulcan, he comes out of the pit 50% health, but he hits the key hook. Look at this hook on the Svenskeren. Attempted dodge, but he lands it, and they take down the EG jungler. From that point, even though Zeyzal does the exact same to Blabber, and they 100% Blabber, they know they've got the Rend here from Kalista for Sven to be able to secure it for themselves. And him hopping around inside the pit, this is like, you're not going to die alone. Goes in, gets the gold card. Double kill here for Licorice as they're able to get the triple for Huni on Ornn. And it's really the top laners with the last laughs.
Full house from the top laner. Huni over Licorice. 3-0-4 to 3-0-7. You love to see it. Two completely different stylistic playing champions. And they're both bringing it. And the same damage in a fight, too. Get brittle. Licorice making people walk the plank here. I cannot believe it. I want to see more of it, Kobe. This is what we wanted. Now they're getting for the fight again. The Ornhorn knocks up a few, but there's no one to really chase here. EG is trying to catch up, but they're just straggling a little too much. The catch up there is from the hook coming in from Vulcan, and that may just started the fight here. And that's a kill going on to Sven. His heel's down. He was not able to flash away as EG's trying to move fast. Mid lane being pushed by Niski right now as he takes down a turret for Sven going down.
Yeah, Cloud9 still trying to keep their pressure with their split push. But man, Cassiopeia just annihilates Kalista. Short range, and you get the miasma down on you. You can't hop anymore. Sven just gets destroyed as EG gets another kill for themselves. And this is with the Mountain Drake available.
Niski's out. He says no way. All right.
8,000 gold lead here. That should get increased for Cloud9 too, as Licorice takes the secondary turret. But EG are getting some back for themselves. As big of a lead as this is, Cloud9 still looking to keep the pressure on.
The people that need to do the damage have been on the map. They've been farming, right? Bang's only fallen once. Huni hasn't fallen. Yeah, you've lost Sven and Golden Glue, but Golden Glue is going to get there. That's kind of the point, right? Even if he doesn't have shoes. 25 minutes coming up on the clock here. And the CS still staying pretty close throughout the game, which isn't really giving anybody too much of an influx of gold. It's just Cloud9 able to control these maps, find the kills, and find these turrets. 7-1. Bottom inhibitor for EG is finally spawned here, as they do not have much to work with, but are still finding fights that are turning Cloud9 away every so often.
Yeah, and once again, EG are going to try and group up into their death ball. See if they can get Cloud9 to take one of these fights. I think Cloud9 should continue to pressure sides for it, but they are calling collapse here. Going to have a double flank. Niski top, Licorice bottom. Do they get a hook?
That pressure being down makes me think that Vulcan wants to go in even more, but the pressure of his hook being down could mean that turret falls on the next wave. So Zeyzal with a little more room to work with on opening and initiation, and Licorice is going to say, all right, let's go to the bot side. Niski will take top into the 1-3-1, so it's imperative Cloud9 does not get caught from a hook here.
And Cloud9 trying to now commit to the split push, so here's the dive.
Flash out, Sven's in perfect safe range to keep himself alive there, and the damage is being done by Cloud9. EG tried to bite back, but C9 working around the plays of Evil Geniuses so well throughout this game, and making sure that they are on top of everything. Quickly TPing out of this, Destiny used by Niski to get himself to safety and also let his team know where the rest of EG is.
So EG do get outer turret, a little bit more money for themselves, and the flash off of Sven. But they've got 2 exposed inhibitors now. So they're trying to swat away all these Cloud9 members, attacking from all these different angles. And Baron is coming up in just over 50 seconds. So that is going to be the real issue here. How can EG deal with the Cloud9 split push while C9 are using Baron to draw them out? It's going to be very difficult, but from Cloud9 side, they've got the level 16 Gangplank with teleport available here for Licorice, as well as Niski waiting on the cooldown of his Twisted Fate ultimate from his last excursion split pushing. And they can just try and keep that pressure up on Evil Geniuses and force a poor decision.
A little test on Licorice there. Let's see how much this bullet does. And he has oranges. I like it. Moving back up. That's just a quarter of the way cooled down for Bang, so he should have ace in the hole before any major fight there. Clean up for Niski on the bot side here. EG just trying to put the carrot out there. Nobody from C9 wants carrots right now. Nobody's taking this fight.
It's definitely a dangerous one to go for. Yeah.
Hootie's like, just fight me once. Somebody pull me in, leaving.
They're gonna force. Are they gonna force on Baron before Cloud9 can set up their split push? They're gonna try and force Cloud9 out of this timing window.
I wonder if they walked it back to this trap line, right? They still have a ward just above them they need to clear. And C9 sees it, obviously, before the fight starts now. But here it is, Kobe. They are going to try to rush it. Damage from Cassiopeia is pretty huge if they can keep Golden Glue on it. Right now, he's actually separating for the fight. Cannon Barrage goes down where they need it. Niski to the top side, and he almost takes out Svenskeren with just a few spells. Svenskeren Rage kicks Niski away, and the fight ensues over towards the Baron pit. A great Horn from EG, but they're not really able to deliver any damage to the side of Cloud9. A lot of knock-up a lot of combo, but no follow through, and C9's able to stay alive, all 5 members in the Baron pit.
Yeah, Niski teleports through with the Twisted Fate to pressure Svenskeren back out of the fight and just rend through the double front line there. Big burst comes at the end. Cloud9 with Baron. Now your split push is really empowered. This mountain that comes up is not Soul, so they actually don't even have to worry about giving up the extra dragon either, as they really just need to get back to work pushing so they can end this game before EG get any more powerful. Here's another look at it. Gangplank ultimate with the center right on Svenskeren and Baron mean that Niski, he goes right for him. Then you look at the front line. Hook here in from Zeyzal. Golden Glue tries to follow it up with the AoE, but Sven got the ultimate off there for Kalista, pulling it back Vulcan for the big knockup. And all the while there, Licorice on the top side, getting the Gangplank barrel damage done, setting them up for the rend on the front line.
Golden Glue lost his Banshees there, moving too close to Baron as well right before that fight started, so he wasn't able to get too close to Vulcan either way. So little things going there as EG tried to pressure C9 into the fight. I mean, at this point you have to. You got to respect the try there and going against this squad that can really just start to pummel fights, even though they can split push too. Vulcan here on the side, vision wards being placed, so they are denying everything EG has here. And it's going to be 3 members towards this bot to try and keep that down. Niski doing a bit of work on each of the lanes here as he starts bringing up middle.
Okay, they're trying their best here for EG. Caitlyn traps go down, trying to fend off the Baron empowered push from Cloud9. This is going to be it. Huni looking for the big Ornn ultimate. Now that C9 are in this smaller corridor, if he can get a good one.
My thoughts exactly. Quick grab in onto Svenskeren, and it looks like Vulcan will not get a kill out of that. It's a stopwatch for the Lee Sin, and he keeps himself safe. The base cannot get that same result. The inhibitor is going to be going down. There's another hook. Oh, they get it. The Fate's Call grab. You love to see the Ballista coming in, and they're going to be able to get themselves a few. The Teemo fingers go up. Everybody says high five around. We're getting the combo, and now they're going to be taking down EG in their own base. 30 minutes on this one. A little bit faster, Kobe, as they found the way this composition was working from the get-go. Cloud9 takes game 2 quite swift.
All right, couple more autos on the Nexus. Do we go for KDA Riv?
Of course
goes
we
down
do.
First. Huni, the only one left alive at the Nexus. How fitting for EG. He's definitely been putting in a lot of work, but Cloud9, this one, game 2, much more convincing than game number 1 for C9, putting themselves up 2-0 in the series at set point.
And what a way to pick off the rest of the composition and the team with Blitzcrank, with the rest of what they were doing this time around. They're bringing variety to the table, and it seems like they're having fun doing it on the side of C9. And the games, again, got pretty brawly. I'm always happy to see that.
Yeah, I mean, remember back to the beginning of this game, because that was where so much of it was determined. The roam through the river, Niski's able to use his first Twisted Fate ultimate, good pincer movement by Cloud9. They're able to have Vulcan land the Blitzcrank hook. They get first blood, start stacking their dragon pressure early, and they're able to use the advantage with their jungle, with their mid, basically on cooldown for the Twisted Fate ultimate.
Right, and then we saw them go after Golden Glue. And then again after Golden Glue, and then again after Golden Glue. And they definitely made his life tough. So maybe we'll see some more protection around that. Maybe changes from that side of EG to figure out how that mid lane can be more of a priority and protected. We're stepping away right now. When we return, the State Farm Analyst Desk breaks down that match of the series. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Randy Diaz, mayor of Seltzer, Pennsylvania. If you love Bud Light like me, you'll love Bud Light Seltzer. It's a hard seltzer from Bud Light. It comes in 4 flavors and tastes great. Bud Light Seltzer. It's unquestionably good. If you don't love Bud Light, you'll love Bud Light Seltzer. It's not Bud Light, it's hard seltzer. It comes in 4 flavors and tastes great. Bud Light Seltzer. It's unquestionably good. Questions? Call us now.
Welcome back to the LCS Dome, presented by State Farm. Now, before we jump into that game, I want to apologize to our Twitch users for that first Analyst Desk segment being cut off due to some technical difficulties. And Mark, in those difficulties, you were expressing some discontent around the two teams and their approach and preparation to game number 1. You're asking for our teams to wake up. Well, it looks like one of those teams did just that here in game 2.
Yeah, I was molding after that first game, but I've calmed down a lot, and C9 was a big part of why I calmed down. I think that they had a much better game here in game 2. They definitely stepped up, and pretty much every member had a better game here than the previous game.
Yeah, again, still not without faults, probably, and we'll get into some of that. Still asking for improvements from some of these teams to challenge maybe that top team in Team Liquid later down the line. But let's get into Champion Select. I want your opinion on EG's approach here.
So I will give some credit to Cloud9's draft. They banned the Shin. Hell yeah. That was giving you too much of a problem. Good job. But on EG's side, I was really upset. They took the Caitlyn and the Thresh. So that's my happiness meter. It's going up. You know, Caitlyn, Thresh. And then when we get into 4-5, C9 hasn't picked their support. The best support against Thresh is going to be the Blitz. Probably one of the best supports with Kalista is going to be that Blitzcrank. So you actually have a 2-for-1 ban where you ban the one that counters your support and you ban the one that's going to synergize with Kalista, because they have TF Kalista in the first 3. So that means they're probably focusing bot. So they banned Morg. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan. Ban Camille. Okay, that means you're going to go Huni Tank. One of those bans has to be Blitzcrank. And make them pick the Morgana and have a shitty comp. Or make them pick, you know, the Alistar and have a really bad early game. But don't give them free, like, bot-focused draft like this.
I think that's a huge problem in this series right now is bot gap. It's, you know, 3 bans thrown down there, 2 ADs, 1 support, and the enemy team's still getting something great. You need to, like, finish banning it out, like you're saying, drop the Camille and just hard commit to playing around bot side with this draft, or don't have to spend so many resources trying to get ahead. But when you spend this many draft resources and you're still losing in game this hard in the bot lane, your whole game plan just falls apart.
So I think the Cassiopeia didn't make that much sense to me either, because it makes sense in the context of you've seen the Graves and the Kalista. You know that it's going to do well with the Miasma against those two champions. But for the rest of the composition, for what C9 is trying to do, they're never really trying to run at you, which is what Cassiopeia is best at. She's best with dealing with melee champions, not people that are going to keep you at range and kite you away or instantly hook you and explode you. So I don't like the Cassiopeia for Golden Glue. I would need to see a higher priority on champions for him. I would even like to see something like a Syndra. Just give me a standard Syndra Lee Sin meet 2v2 and play that way so that you can then take that early game power, transition it to the Caitlyn, and now you actually hit a nice mid game.
Yeah, not liking the adjustments here made by Evil Geniuses going into game 2, but along with some of those more aggressive champions in the bot side came that aggressive C9 that we know and love from earlier in the split, making plays happen, creating their own advantages, Mark.
Yeah, huge playmaking in the early game, and this is something that their comp's just going to do better. You know, Crumb's talking about so much scaling on the enemy side. Ornn and Cassio, and even Caitlyn scales after her initial early game, but, you know, C9 play it better. And from there, they're able to pick up 2 early kills, and it unlocks the TF to make all these bot plays start happening. Prior to this, bot lane farm was relatively even. I think it was around like 50-50, a little bit more in favor of Sven, and then they just keep making plays, utilizing this Blitzcrank. Vulcan looked fantastic on it, and it comboed really well with the Cassio. Pretend that's a gold card.
No,
either way,
it was a good dodge on the Cassio.
It was a dodge on the Cassio.
Yeah, that was the more important part.
Yeah.
But it still sets the kill up very nicely there, and they kept finding these picks.
And this is kind of the C9 we kind of knew and loved. EG had a good rotation bot, but Cloud9 called them on it, and they're able to snatch them up. And then here, Blabber's in the jungle waiting. They're able to get another port. Vulcan's able to come over. So, this is the kind of stuff we want to see, where they win that first engagement, and then they grow their lead. And in the last few weeks with Cloud9, maybe they win these engagements, but they don't snowball it as well as they did today.
Niski just got him there on another ult dodge, then hit him with the dabbing penguin. Love to see it. Some of those emotes and some of that levity coming back into Cloud9's play. That levity that we know and love as one of our mean teams is also one of our most aggressive teams. And so as we continue to roll through some of these highlights, Mark, I want to return to that point you were making around bot difference in this series and how much that has been highlighted through these first 2 games just in the statistics.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the one good play for EG was around the top side, because in the bot lane, everything's falling apart. It's a massive advantage for Sven and Vulcan. Game 1 was like, it was not even like that Kalista was there. Then they take the Kalista themselves, and this is after 2 bans thrown at Sven. They ban also the Morgana out, and this is just a huge problem right now for EG, that if your bot lane's just always going to be down gold, always going to be losing, and the enemy team's able to make plays off of it, you're in a heap of trouble. And it's great to see Sven stepping up. He's been drawing some criticism recently with some of his mispositioning in that Ezreal series, but I still think he's probably the best performing member on C9 ever since they started slumping.
I mean, I think C9's compositions have just been so much about helping out Sven. You have Twisted Fate, 2 games help you out, and then you have the Gangplank, who can also just chuck out an ultimate if you ever get a little fancy in the bot lane. So they're doing a lot in the other lanes to make sure that Sven does really well, and I'd like to see what happens with EG and their bot lane if there's no Twisted Fate, if there's no Gangplank. If you say take the Shen versus Vlad matchup or any other non-Gangplank or non-global top laner, how does the bot 2v2 look like? Because I think it has been mismatched thus far, but I still think it's Sven favored.
Well, here's my question to you. Let's talk about this next game. A series point for Cloud9, as well as Evil Geniuses facing elimination now. What is the strategy? There are options available to Evil Geniuses. They've had some bot focus here. Huni's been playing very well, though, so there's got to be a consideration to whether or not you switch things up and you do start going Huni's direction. I'll also float this idea out there. Substitutions are allowed. Definitely Jizuke in the wings. Would that ever be on the table?
I don't know about Deathly coming in because the pairing with the support is weird. I have no idea how much they've been practicing, neither with Jizuke. I want to see EG just drop a lot of the AD bans. Clearly, they're not doing a whole lot. You're not separating Sven from a poor matchup and getting bang in a great one. Try to aim those bans at the other parts of the map and see what happens, because you're getting an AD that you want. Clearly, there's going to be a Senna available, an Ashe, a Kayd, a Kalista. You're going to get what you want. Same thing with Sven. Just play it out and make sure that it is an isolated 2v2.
Yeah, I agree. I think eliminate the bot focus. Your bot lane is not performing great this series. Someone who is Huni. He's playing so well. Give him some agency, but most importantly, you have to ban out that TF or keep Niski away from Galio. If he has TF or Galio, you cannot play a top carry matchup for Huni to kind of thrive in. But he's right now their best performing player. I would say give him some draft resources, see what he can do with it.
All right, Mark, the word is in. EG has gone to blue side, no subs. But with that, blue side, what do you expect? What do you want to see?
I'm not too surprised about the no sub. I think Golden Glue has been okay this series as well. So I'm not too surprised to see them keep him in. Just get him off the Casio and give him something that's a little bit more impactful in the early game. But I totally agree otherwise. Flip your attention to topside, who was brought in for the ability to be a carry. Like we're saying, bot's not working. Give him some tools. Cloud9 getting a little ahead of themselves.
Yeah. Hey, well, they're feeling confident. But if we know anything about this tweet,
they're phoning it in, Dash. They're phoning it in. This is a lazy tweet. You know why? Because they used this yesterday in C9 Academy's playoff game. They used the same one. They're just using it for the LCS team. If you watch both teams,
content.
You know.
We don't do that here.
That could be the death of a brand on social media, but I tell you what, if they manage to pick up the series, I think the brand will live on. We've got Game 3 and potentially match point after this short break. We'll see you back here in just a minute. Well, more like 3 minutes, really, but